Hey neighbor, every now and then we run across a jewel in the garden, and that's what we have done right here. Today we're talking about Coco Marigolds. We're growing this in our cut flower garden, and our cut flower garden consists of our Lazy Garden Kit. Our Lazy Garden Kit is our 15 by 30 woven fabric, but the neat thing about the woven fabric is it already has the holes and the slits put into it, so it's a pre-planned garden. The reason for that is if you cut this stuff with a knife, it'll fray real bad. So these slits and X's that we put into this before you get it, we burn it in and it keeps that from fraying, so it'll last a lot longer. Plus, what's really neat about it is the irrigation system underneath it. We sell this as a kit so you can get the irrigation system to go underneath it. We call it a plug and play system because it's easy peasy. Plug it and play, hook it up to a water hose, and you've got a wonderful small garden, a 15 by 30. We've grown watermelons on this in the past. I've grown pumpkins on it. I've grown tomatoes on it. This year, I wanted to grow cut flowers. And the reason is to show somebody just how small you can grow a huge cut flower garden off a 15 by 30 area using this Lazy Garden Kit. Now, the Lazy Garden Kit is just what we said. It's for people that may be a little bit on the lazy side, or if life gets in your way and you can't spend a lot of time in the garden. What we did on this Lazy Garden is we incorporated complete organic fertilizer before we planted this to give it a pre-charged feeding for these plants, and that is all we have done. Of course, we keep it watered. You know, we went through a real dry spring and we keep it watered, turn irrigation on every couple of days. But as far as feeding, all these plants that you see right here was just fed one time with that complete organic. The completed organic has a little bit of a slow release to it. If you was to see the chart on the release, it releases kind of a lot a couple weeks after you put it in, and then it kind of levels off. And over a period of 6 to 8 weeks, it will release all the way out, and it is organic. So that's what we did right here, just to show people how easy it is. Now, sunflowers, such as our celosia right here, really struggle during the springtime. If you go back and look at a couple of my videos back, I was showing these plants here early in the springtime and they really struggled. Celosia just loves the heat. They just loves the dry weather. Summertime is here, celosia is happy. So with some of our varieties that we was really struggling with have really stepped up and are doing good here. We have the gold color one right here. We have this deep red one right here, which is New Scarlet variety right here. That's pretty. And we got a pink variety right here. We got another one coming on here. We got some sunflowers. Now this here, folks, is probably a type zinnia that's really catching on. This is one of those blanket type zinnias that really work well for borders and for mass plants here. These things load up with blooms. There's several different series of these right here. We actually have some profusion types growing in the greenhouse that we're sending out as plugs. Amazing colors. And of course, sunflowers. Man, we got sunflowers galore. Some of our stragglers in there, you can see there, that plant there must be 11 foot tall. These things have just loaded up. But folks, the star of the show is Coco Marigold. If you could just look at this right here. This is the first year us carrying these seeds here, and this is the first year of us growing this variety. I've grown marigolds in the past, just like everybody else has. Some of these cheap OP types that you buy in the grocery store or the big box store. The little plants get puny. They'll have a few blooms on them. Blooms are small. They just don't last very long. In the past, we've done that as companion planting, or we just wanted to grow some marigolds. This changes the game right here. This is a hybrid variety specifically designed for cut flower production. But I think it's wonderful for the home gardener as well. I want you to come in here and just look. I'm gonna get my knife out here because folks, y'all just got to see this bloom here. Look how big that bloom is. Now this is just an average bloom. That's around 4 to 5 inches wide. It's considered a double. See all the frilliness on it there? The color, the tones are just popping. It's just amazing. Look at that right there. Golly. And then we also have a gold. See if I can pick one of these gold ones up right here. Now today we're going to plant some of these in our greenhouse so that we'll show you how we plant them. Have some more coming along. This variety right here has a lot of vigor, more vigor to any marigold plant that I've ever seen. This was only fertilized pre-plant, the Lazy Garden Kit, okay? Look at the amount of plant we got here. A nice strong plant that doesn't get beat up, leans over, a wind comes through and it grows it down. And the main thing is the strength of these stems. Now, marigolds in general don't have a very strong cut flower stem. These more so than the average was, but marigolds in general can be a little tender. Strong stem for cut flowers makes this variety kind of special here. The vigor, the amount of time it holds these blooms stay fresh on the plant for a long period of time. You see very few of them in here that's spinning out. At that point, you could go in here and deadhead them, keep them going to seed, and these things would last a little bit longer. But I haven't done anything. I've not deadheaded these at all. And look at the blanket going across right there. Amazing right here. So I want to show you this today. This is a hybrid variety. This is from Cicada, which is one of the leading cut flower breeders out there. There's probably 10 to 15 of them that are renowned for being the best. Cicada's in that group in there. Wonderful. We have a great relationship with Cicada, and we're glad to offer this Coco type. Specifically designed for the cut flower farmer, but you, the home gardener, can grow the same one. Grow it, enjoy it as a mass planting or cut flowers, it really doesn't matter. Now you can grow these in a couple different ways. You can do a mass planting and you can plant them on a grid. If you're gonna do that, an 8x8 or a 10x10 or maybe even a 12x12 grid is a good way to do it if you're doing a mass planting. Or you can plant them in rows with drip tape, just like we do our vegetables, and you can plant them every 12 inches apart on the emitter and they're gonna do fine. This right here was grown on 2-foot spacings. We planted them about every 8 inches in the slit there, but we didn't crowd them in, and you can see how they covered in 2 foot in between the rows here, and we just got a mass blanket of these blooms right here. And this is a very small area right here, and it produces a lot of blooms. So today we're planting Coco Gold Marigold. Now I told you this was a hybrid marigold. These seeds are not cheap, folks, but this is not your ordinary marigold. I recommend growing these as transplants in the greenhouse and then transplant them out in the garden. If you direct seed them, it's going to get a little pricey. You're not going to get as good a germination and as much control as you do with transplants. So I like using the 25 cell tray to grow these in. Our seed packs, this particular seed pack comes in 25 to a seed pack, which is perfect for that tray there. Now we have them in larger quantities. If you see something on the website and you need more of these seeds right here, heck, email us, we'll make it happen. We have plenty of these seeds in bulk, so we can sell you whatever you want. But this particular pack comes in 25 seeds, which is a great starter pack. Now I find in the summertime, like it is now with the heat getting kind of warm, I leave my pot and soil in a bucket out here, and I wet this a little bit while ago, but it seems to get real dry on me. So when I fill up my seed starting tray, it takes a few times for me to wet this to get it really nice and moist like I like it to be when I plant my seeds here. So I will normally set this up in the greenhouse, and I'll walk by there and I'll water it several times and let it soak in there before I get ready to plant. I did this one a little bit earlier, and I've soaked it several times here, and it's nice and wet. What happens in the summertime when this stuff really dries out, it's hard, really hard to wet. So it takes several different wettings to kind of soak it in. Even though it looks like it's wet, take your finger and stick it in there and you can tell it's still kind of dry. That did actually pretty good. But after I get my soil nice and wet, I just take my fingers and I go through there and I put a little indentation in each cell. And I'm ready to plant. Now it says on here to plant these about 1/4 inch deep. If you're doing it in a greenhouse setting, 1/4 inch is perfect. Seed spacing, it says 6 to 12 inches. We cover that. Really, you're not going to mess up. So these things will grow in. You're really not going to mess up whatever seed spacing you want or plant spacing that you want to do here. 50 days to maturity. Now in the springtime, when we have those cool nights, it's going to take a little longer to grow these plugs in ready to transplant out in the garden. But this time of the year when it's warm, our nighttime temperatures are in the 70s, you're going to find that you can grow these out in about 4 weeks from planting the seed to transplanting them out in the garden. Can be as little as 4 weeks. We're going to dump these seeds out in our hand right there. Make sure we get them all. We put them in these little packs here because it's kind of easier. They don't get hung up in the corners of that paper sack there, and I think I still got one or two in here. But we're gonna get at it. I just take my hand. These marigold seeds are long and slender, but they're nothing like some of those small celosia seeds, so it is manageable. Just take them out and plant them. One seed per cell. And the reason I say that is this is a premium seed that has really been took care of. Germination is really good on there. So I don't like to waste any seeds on this right here and plant 2 per cell because we're going to get really nice germination. If I'm planting something that's an OP variety, that's a cheap seed, yeah, I'm going to put 2 to 3 per cell, and I'm going to come back and thin them out because my germination is normally not going to be very well. So I got a 25, oh, I got 2 in that one, but I'm going to leave it alone for the time being. It's not the end of the world if you do get 2 in there. So we'll just kind of pop them in there. Now, as far as covering these seeds, the ideal thing to use is vermiculite. But now don't sweat it if you don't have vermiculite. You can use the regular soil that you planted in. You can cover with that. I've done that several times. You can use perlite. Perlite works fine. We found vermiculite works a little bit better. We like it on these flowers. Probably the best of anything. So I'm just going to kind of cover them up right there. And we're just going to water them in. I like to do a light watering. Don't hold it down close there because you're going to bust some of that loose. Kind of hold it back here. Do a nice soft watering on there. Maybe wait 10, 15 minutes, run back by there and do it again. Now, I will do this the first couple of days. I'll do it at least once an hour. Every time I'm out here close to the greenhouse, I just walk by there and I give them a nice dose. After that, a couple of times a day we'll do it. And the next thing you know, they're going to be popping out of that cell right there. They're going to be coming up. Once they come up and once we get true leaves on them, we like to hit them with a little fertilizer there. And the next thing you know, 4 weeks or so, we're going to be ready to transplant these into the garden. So the 2 colors we carry is the Coco Gold and the Coco Orange. You can plant one color if you like, or you could plant both of them together. I personally like planting both of them together, having a little different, color variations there. The plant habit on both of them is exactly the same. It's just a different in the color of the bloom here. Grow them on the Lazy Garden Kit or just grow them in a raised bed. These things are going to do wonderful in a raised bed or in a row that you got vacant in the garden here. A wonderful summertime addition to any garden out there. You can thank me later.